Hello everybody, this is Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap-Up, Monday, October 1st. Big weekend of sports, so much happened this weekend, so I know you're not surprised when I start this vlog talking about C.S. Lewis. Yes, C.S. Lewis, the Christian apologist, one of my favorite authors. I highly recommend his writings. And why am I talking about C.S. Lewis, the Christian apologist? Because there are so many Baker Mayfield apologists out there already. Oh, it's like it's like they woke up the rooster. They couldn't wake up. They couldn't wait to wake up this morning and say, well, the four turnovers, they weren't his fault. There was Twinkies involved. There was an ice skater. I saw a unicorn. Baker Mayfield's a very good player. Yes, I agree, in my opinion. And those of you who follow FHD Sports on Twitter knew that I wrote, wow, when the Derek Carr fumble was called, that his motion was stopped, thus the whistle blew. It happens. It's unfortunate that sometimes referees miss calls, but the game still moves on. About the first down call that was reversed, hey, that's arbitrary. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. So it is what it is, and you have to kind of deal with it. Those of you who follow my vlogs know that I'm not a big person who is negative about interceptions. Sometimes they're fine. It depends where the interceptions occur, and I'd rather somebody be a little aggressive than not aggressive enough. I'm not okay with fumbling 2 snaps. And if you weren't ready, or if the person snapped the ball when you weren't ready, you should still have ball control on your mind and not let that happen. So, what are we talking about here? You do a disservice to the Oakland Raiders. You do a disservice to Derek Carr specifically. The man still had to move the team down the field. Yeah, he's a great example. Derek Carr's at his best when you just kind of let him sling the ball around. If you're going to look at touchdown to interception ratios, that's not his game. His game is winning games before the injury, getting the team to the playoffs a couple of years ago. Last year was just a bad thing with the injury, and we won't get into why that might have happened. But the Raiders win when you let Derek Carr throw the ball around and let his receivers and his running backs do some things. Beast mode was amazing yesterday. The Raiders still had to come back, get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and make a stop on Cleveland because the Raiders got the ball first and did not get a touchdown. So, when you blame arbitrary things that happened during the game and you try to protect the marketing manna right now that is Baker Mayfield, because, he's the next best thing. You want to sell your Baker Mayfield jerseys. So by November, something will come out and say he's the #1 jersey sold in the NFL and marketing darling and everything else. There's no need to do that. He's good enough on his own. Let it happen. But when you rush to protect, you look like that helicopter parent that we all don't like at the schoolyard, who wipes the nose of the kid every time it appears he might eventually get sniffles. Stop covering up. The man had 4 turnovers. A couple of them were justified. A couple of them he has to work on. The Raiders made an amazing comeback. They got a break and they exploited the break. That's all that happened. Nothing more. So you look silly, absolutely silly. And again, bring it on. I'm a First Amendment guy. I love it. So nobody's saying that you shouldn't say what you feel, but if you look at facts, he had an okay game. But you know what? He lost. Turned the ball over in inappropriate times. But he's still a very, very good quarterback. Derek Carr turned the ball over, but it didn't hurt him because he made the plays when he had to. That's the difference. Beast mode was outstanding. Raiders now 1-3. Look out. They're coming. This is Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap-Up. Put a bow on this. The Baker Mayfield Apologists will be out there, and they're going to be there for a couple of days. They're going to do this every week until T-shirt sales are up, or maybe maybe they believe this stuff, and that's okay too. Also, Serge, the hockey guru, NFL picks. He went 3-0 again. You want to make money, go to Serge. And again, we're not talking about real money. We're talking about conceptual money, right? Because nobody's saying to ever gamble on NFL games. But Serge went 3-0 again. So you want to know where to bet? Well, how to bet? Make sure you watch every weekend Serge's top 3 picks. 3-0 2 weeks ago, 3-0 last week. This is Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap Up. Put a bow on it because I wrapped it up.